Hey dreamers, welcome back to your Dream Coach podcast, where we talk about what it really takes to build a business, a mission, and a life you love from the inside out. I'm your host, Shayla Wey, and today's episode is going to dig into something that I believe makes or breaks a business, not just financially, but energetically. And that's the art of building value. Now, not fake value, not overhyped value, but the kind of value that makes someone say, this is exactly what I need. I have to work with them, or I need to invest in this. I have to buy this. So if you've ever said to yourself, I'm showing up, but no one's buying. I keep explaining what I do, but people don't seem to get it. Or I feel like I'm undercharging or over explaining just to make a sale, then this episode's for you, because I've been there and I've learned through experience that people don't buy because of what you know. They buy because of what they feel and because they clearly see the value in what you do. So let's pull back the curtain. I'm going to walk you through 7 lessons that I've learned from real launches, real flops, and real wins about why people buy and how to communicate value in a way that's a heck yes. So let's go. Well, first one I want to jump into is people don't buy the product. They buy the problem it solves. So let's start here. I used to talk about, for example, my coaching program, like a grocery store list. You get 8 calls and worksheets and, workbook. And I thought I was being really clear. But here's what I learned is that no one buys a feature list. They buy the solution, the transformation, the outcome. When I started talking about what my clients would walk away with, clarity, confidence, a business they were proud of, people leaned in. And so what I have found is that the moment that you shift from describing what your offer is to what your offer does, sales get easier. So don't just describe the container, describe the result. Number 2 is value is emotional first, logical second. And here's the deal is that humans are not logical buyers. We're emotional buyers who justify with logic. I once had a potential client tell me, well, I know this makes sense on paper, but I still don't feel like I'm ready. And that was my light bulb moment. If someone doesn't feel seen, supported, or excited, all the stats in the world won't close the deal. Because what I found is that value is felt before it's understood. And so your job isn't just to educate, it's to activate. So use storytelling, use vision casting, speak to their heart, not just their head. Number 3 is value is built in the questions you ask, not just the pitch you give. So here's something I learned in my early sales calls is the best closers ask better questions. I used to talk too much. I'd pitch hard, thinking I needed to fill space with value. But value isn't loud. It's relevant. And so what I found is that when I asked the right questions, deep ones, thoughtful ones, and I would get to the root of what somebody really wants, then I can reflect that back and connect it to the offer. So examples of these questions would be like, what would solving this change for you day to day? Or what's this really costing you right now? Or even like, what would success look like 6 months from now? Right? So depending on what you're selling or what your offer is the more personal the value, the more powerful the decision. Number 4 is that people don't buy when it's clear you're trying to sell. They buy when it's clear that you care. And this is a big one. I had a sales call yesterday where someone literally thanked me for being tough and asking the right questions. And they said that if they would have had that conversation 2 years ago with me versus somebody else, they would have been all in because what they needed was someone that, number 1, really, really cared, but number 2, someone that led them over the line. She said to a friend right before our conversation, I don't like salespeople. I can't be sold to. And at the end of our conversation, she said, wow, I didn't feel like I was being sold to once during our time today. Thank you. Thank you for caring and thank you for helping me. And so I had, answers, but I just paused in my head and said, can I be honest? Whether or not you do this, whether or not you buy this, doesn't change my life, but it can change yours. And so if you want to talk about what's keeping you stuck, I'm here for that. And so when we can tap in and we can be really clear with that connection that what we are selling actually solves a problem, people need what we have. And when we get to that place, everything can shift because value just isn't in your product, your service, your idea. It's in the relationship. And so people can tell if you're trying to check a box or make a connection. And when they feel seen, they stay open. So lead with presence, not pressure. Number 5 is the way you present the offer matters just as much as the offer itself. You know that saying, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. In sales, man, that's gospel. You can have the best offer in the world. But if you present it like you're unsure, you're rushed, or you're underplaying it, people will mirror your energy. And what I found is that people don't buy confidence. They buy from confidence. So if you're hesitating when you present your price, or you're rushing through your offer, or you're giving them 5 options just in case, it's time to clean that up. Practice saying your offer out loud. Hold space after you say the price. Speak like you believe in it, because if you don't, no one else will. Number 6 is that repetition builds value over time. Not everyone will say yes the first time, and that's not a reflection of your value. It's a reflection of their timing and trust. And so what I found is that most of my yes clients didn't maybe buy on the first message or post or conversation. They bought after seeing me show up consistently, saying the same message with heart and hold the standard. Repetition isn't boring. It's reinforcing. So you're not selling your offer, you're building belief. So keep showing up, keep telling the story, keep holding the vision. Number 7 is the energy you sell with shapes the experience people have with you. So let's land the plane with this. People can feel your energy. If you're desperate, unsure, over-explaining, or over-apologizing for the price, you're creating tension, not trust. But when you show up with certainty, service, and a calm, take it or leave it energy, people will lean in. And so selling isn't about pushing. It's about inviting someone into a better version of their life or their business. And when your energy is aligned, the whole experience feels different for you and for them. So challenge for you this week is look at your current offer for your idea, product, service, okay? Or look at your current sales flow and ask yourself, am I showing the value clearly or am I just listing features? And pick one of these 7 shifts and apply it this week. Maybe it's rewording your sales page. Maybe it's slowing down and asking better questions. Maybe it's just owning your worth out loud. And if this episode hit home, DM me on Instagram at Shayla Wey Coaching and tell me what you're changing. I want to hear how you're showing up with more value and more confidence. And if this helped you, share it with a friend. Leave a review. And don't forget to hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. Keep dreaming, keep serving, and keep showing people why the work you do matters.